Okay, welcome to my presentation for Project 1 of Physics 2. Um, yeah, let's get right into it. I'm just going to run it first. So we have this ground here. We have 5 balls in the center. The currently selected ball is red. And then you can see the wireframe walls um, all around. So you can see all of the bounds. I don't have the camera zooming in and out since you already see all of the confines. Um, so let's use WASD. We send our ball up, it bounces off. Let's ram it in to that ball. As you can see, the ball I'm ramming into is bigger. I kind of only really shove it around. I don't move it too much. But touching that ball smaller than me, it sort of, you know, moved way more. So let's go to the tiny one. See if we can't bounce into that big one. Yeah, the tiny one just like bounces off the big one. Whereas if we get the big one plowing through there, it launches the other balls as you sort of would expect a much bigger, heavier ball to do. I'm not sure if I said, but I'm just using WASD to control uh, how force is applied to the ball, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to select what ball you're controlling. Um, okay, let's delve into the code. Uh, the physics part of all this really isn't changed all that much. I think I just swapped around how some of the checks were being done. Uh, the interesting stuff, I'm pretty sure, is all in the main. Yeah, so we have a physics factory and a physics world. We um, so here's the one reference I'm allowed to make to the actual concrete physics library, and then everything else is done through um, the interface pointers, and then the physics factory uh, basically slurps the concrete stuff into those interface pointers. Uh, okay, so here we're making our first entities, and we hook them up with rigid bodies. And we basically do that for everything. I should probably show off the entity stuff. So entity has an I rigid body pointer, um, and then its process method just moves its mesh to wherever the rigid body be at. Yeah, and then whenever a new rigid body is made, it gets registered to the physics world. And then just every render loop, we tell the physics world to move everything. And that stuff is pretty much unchanged. Um, that's old camera stuff. I can get rid of that. Uh, I think I think that is everything to deal with this. Yeah. Um. Oh, another one thing of note is when I clean this project, I'm not sure if this stuff will be saved. Uh, but there are project dependencies and project references. So the I love OpenGL, aka the actual sort of engine, has a reference and dependency on both the physics library and the interface library. And then the physics library also has a reference and a dependency on the interface library. With all of that said, I think that should be everything. So, see ya.